I know that Islam is the solution for everything talk can be a bit cliche sometimes, but hear me out on this one. Israel's genocide in Gaza has indeed revealed cracks in the global world order. Everyone's saying this, with more and more people re-evaluating the lies that they've been sold. While people are coming to Islam in droves, it's not just the personal, spiritual, intellectual and moral void that needs filling, but something wider, something global. It's no coincidence that the attempted dismantling of Islamic civilization on a global stage heralded in the bloodiest and most oppressive period in human history. Some might try to make it look like the crimes of modernity are universal, just like a lot of its universalist claims, and look to the past anachronistically saying, look, all of the oppressive crimes of today actually existed in the past too. No. While we've always had localized examples of human sin and transgression, we've never seen as a species such an industrialized level of mass killing, mass exploitation, colonization, genocide, and the structures to expertly preserve and perpetuate it ever before in our history. Even the destruction of non-human life and global conditions required to sustain life has reached a peak. Many people look at different parts of this problem and blame capitalism, liberalism, modernity, European enlightenment, secularism, wokeism, conservatism, or any other ism based on their own political or ideological background. But while that might be technically true for certain issues, like if you zoom in on slave labor required for making trainers, someone could say, there you go, capitalism to blame. Or if you look at the ethnic cleansing and genocide of Gaza, you can say, look, ethno-nationalism and the violent apocalyptic ideology of Zionism are to blame. But if you zoom out, you can see the lowest common denominator for all of the industrial levels of oppression we see today. It's an untethering from any morality or values outside of our own desires. Imagine if you untether a ship from its anchor. It can be taken anywhere to any extreme. And this is a prevailing world order today. There's no such thing as just or unjust, right or wrong really. What's right and just is whatever you feel like it, or whatever you can argue. Whatever serves the monstrosity of the modern state that seeks to dominate every part of the lives of its subjects, for example. What's in our national interest is good. Our ruling classes split the world up into friend and foe. A friend is to be supported, even if they're carrying out genocide. A foe is to be dehumanized, killed, starved, destroyed at any cost. The same people that bang on about free speech for their friends will happily lock people up for jokes or journalism or poetry that is politically incorrect, for example. They'll defund vital humanitarian agencies out of spite. They'll ruin their own reputation with the rest of the world to side with their friends. People who aren't fully indoctrinated into this black and white world order, especially younger people, intuitively feel that there's something not right about this. But we have a duty to show them that there is a tether, there is justice, injustice, right, wrong, that their fitrah, their natural disposition that they were born with, needs to recognize and know. It is possible to be tethered, and without that, they'll fall into contradiction. Just like the Quran says, if it were from other than Allah, you would find within it much contradiction. You could say something similar when it comes to morality. Being untethered morally leads to contradiction. Someone might be vocal on Palestine, but silent on the Uyghur genocide by China. Someone might be vocal against China, but support Bashar al-Assad's extermination of Syrians, and so on. There is a way out of this quagmire, and it might seem a bit cliche or simplistic to say it, but it's Islam. The Prophet ﷺ was sent at a time where a similar philosophy reigned. There was a statement that was popular among Arabs pre-Islam. Unsur akhaka zaliman aw madhluman. Help your brother whether he is an oppressor or oppressed. Sound familiar? The Prophet ﷺ changed the narrative on this. He said, if your brother, your friend, is oppressing, then help him by holding him back and preventing him from oppression. We take this now for granted, especially if you've been born or raised as a Muslim, but this is what's desperately needed on a global stage once again. In particular, Islam's tethering. Coincidentally, it's even referred to as the rope of Allah in the Quran. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Not only does your tribal or national affiliation not matter when it comes to justice and truth, sometimes you are mandated Islamically to work against it. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ بِالْقِسْطِ شُهَدَاءَ لِلَّهِ وَلَوْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوِ الْوَالِدَيْنِ وَالْأَقْرَبِينَ. Even if it be against your own selves or your parents or your relatives. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. In the absence of this tethering, all we have left is pre-Islamic ignorance or jahiliyyah put on steroids, because Muslims are not exercising the fettering forces that we once did on a global stage. It reminds us of a somewhat confusing dua that comes in the Quran. رَبَّنَا لَا تَجْعَلْنَا فِتْنَةً لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. Wait a minute, why would you not want to be a trial for these people? The tafsir of this ayah reveals that we're asking not to be weakened to the extent that oppression goes unchecked and wrongdoers think that they're upon the truth. In fact, Unfortunately, Muslims themselves are often afflicted by this tethering too today. A perfectly normal Muslim individual who fasts and prays might in their day job follow orders to open fire at peaceful protesters. They'll rig elections, they'll abduct and torture and kill, all in the service of this new false god of the modern state. We've all got a lot of work to do to tether ourselves and the world at large back to something transcendent once again. This means that we need to get our heads out of relatively minor and petty disagreements, for example. We need to think bigger picture and choose our battles carefully. Prioritize this revival in our thinking and in the tarbiyah of our next generation. For example, if we find our children obsessing over E numbers and ingredients, make them think bigger. You are sent here to solve bigger problems of the world, to establish justice, to tether mankind to Allah. We need to be leading voices against oppression anywhere and everywhere. If you don't take a lead, then others will fill in that vacuum without being tethered, which is why every utopic or revolutionary idea that, while it might sound good and promise the world at the beginning, often turns into contradiction and dystopia. Then we'd only have ourselves to blame. This is just one lesson that the Zionist genocide in Gaza has revealed. Click here for 5 other things that you can thank Benjamin Netanyahu himself for.